today. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Well, the Ravens offense set to take over and led by a man still just in his fourth season in the NFL, the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson. Now a play fake here on first down. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. And he will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. I have to imagine many defensive coordinators had a sleepless night trying to game plan ways to slow down Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the most effective way to try to do it?
Well, you've got to be a little counterintuitive, because normally you're sitting on the wide receiver 1, aren't you? But with Lamar Jackson, I'd sit on the tight end. He loves to throw into the middle of the field, loves that position as his #1 target. Take that away and hope you have a corner who can stand up man-to-man against a speed guy on the perimeter.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers. But you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
He will push his way down to about the 14. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Last time, Jackson will throw it. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Time to see the Bengals offense go to work. And leading them out, the #1 overall pick in the 2020 draft, Joe Burrow, now his second season out of LSU.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1, including himself.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The numbers for Mixon last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. For a lot of people, the MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, and they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead.
Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the #5 overall seed.
Barton is not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken to the 25. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And, Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 43-yard line. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with the victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd and 5 now. Burrow. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon.
Oh, big hole left side.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead,
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon
with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike Back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Mixon with a first down carry. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So we've reached halftime. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
115 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Play action. It's Burrow sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, Mixon. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. This offense converted once on 4th down early. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. third down, Jackson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. But the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back to Mixon on second down.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 3rd down, Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. They'll run with Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Prior to that, they were 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions in this ball game. Now 3 for 3.
And you've got to figure their luck's got to run out at some point, doesn't it? I will just tell you from a defense's point of view, someone has to step forward on 4th down and make a play himself because they're just letting it happen to him right now.
163 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Bengals. C.J. Uzomah with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On third down, Mixon. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him. The fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team?
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon,
a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Bengals are moving closer to a 15-0 record as they extend their lead here. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. On 1st down, Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Here we go.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. They find some open field here. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 205 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Here we go. They'll give it to Mixon. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Mixon. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon. And this time, he had the speed to win that race.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens ready to take over. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain. So now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Jackson now. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And out of bounds right around the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Tucker able to connect on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter. Of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Back to Mixon on second down.
Mixon with a first down and more. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A big play there for Cincinnati.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On third down, Mixon, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And they were looking to pick up the first down on third and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it. Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bengals,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.